Hello, what is your name and what class do you teach?
Hi, my name is Miss Kendrick. I teach sculpture and beginning art.
What do y'all do in sculptures?
In sculpture, we make 3D art reliefs, projects that are in the round, like sculptures of clay, sculptures with straws, sculptures with styrofoam, with cardboard, with really any material you can imagine. We use that to create sculptures here, and we also use found objects as well.
So, how do you teach your students to make sculptures?
We start off really with basic materials like paper that are really flexible and easy to use, and slowly then we can start introducing cardboard. We can then start introducing clay. They make bowls and pots by making pinch pots. They make coil pots by rolling coils, which is what I did in the video that we just taped. And then they also make slabs, like boxes, by making sheets of clay and beveling the edges to put them together. So really just step by step, we go through lots of different materials, and that's what teaches them how to become amazing sculptors.
So that is a lot of steps. How long does it normally take to make the sculptures?
From start to finish, most of our sculptures take about 2 weeks. There's an introduction where we learn about artists that work in that material. Then we go in and we research those artists, as well as we start making designs for our artwork. And then after that, we introduce the material, how to use the material, and then we start manipulating it on our own to construct something. So that does take about 2 weeks from start to finish.
And what do you enjoy about sculpting?
Oh, I love the whole process. I love brainstorming. I love learning about new artists. I like pushing myself to be creative. And each time I have a new material in front of me, it's like a little puzzle. And once you can complete something, I feel really accomplished and proud of myself for what I've created.
So would you recommend this class for other students?
Yes, please sign up for sculpture. It's an amazing class. Last year we made these beautiful lanterns that you can find in the media center, and we all marched in the lantern parade at North Carolina Museum of Art. Students have made beautiful houses out of clay, and pots and bowls and teacups, all sorts of things, and they take them home and they're really proud of their work afterwards, and they've really stretched their creativity through the process.
All right. Well, that's all of my questions. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you. Come by anytime. So today we're going to be working on a project called Teacups and Tentacles, and we are going to be merging organic shapes and with man-made objects. So first I'm going to do a demo on how to make a tentacle, and we're going to start off by just simply taking a block of clay, squeezing it into sort of like a log shape, and then taking our hands like this to make a coil. And I like to go in and then sort of come out. And I'm rolling from the bottom of my palm to my knuckle area. Now this is a little bit large, so I'm going to cut this in half right about here. And you can see I've already made one here. I made this octopus, and I've made the bowl for it as well. They have the option of making bowls, teacups, and then Ruthie is making a teapot. So I'm just making a coil right here. It was getting a little wide, so I pinched it to make it a little bit more manageable. So now I have something that reminds me a little bit more of an octopus tentacle. I can squeeze it, and I can shape it to look more like a tentacle. It's a little bit long. I'll look at my other ones that I've made to see if they are similar in shape. It's a little bit thinner on that bottom, it should be. So that's much better.
I know what happened.
So now I have my tentacle shape. I want to make some of the suckers that are on the bottom of it. So I'm going to take a smaller piece of clay and make a really thin coil. And each of these will become sucker for the piece. Are we all paying attention? All right, so now they're just for the pieces, but I want to turn them into little tiny cylinders. So I'm gonna roll them between my finger and just tap them on the ends. And now they're like the shape that the sucker would be for a tentacle. I'm gonna do that again. Tap, tap, tap. And this is sort of a monotonous part of the project because we have to do quite a few of them.
Oh, you want this? Never.
But if you sort of just make a little chain of them really quickly and keep on doing them, and they don't take too long. Probably takes, what do y'all think, about 45 minutes to make a tentacle? More an hour?
Yep.
What are your thoughts, Sally?
I'm gonna say like 30 to 40 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes, okay.
Depends on the size of the tentacle.
All right, so now I need to attach these. And this is a mixture called slip. It's just watered down clay, and it's turned into sort of grog or slip. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place some of this on the back of my tentacle, and I'm going to score, which means to scratch. So it's called slip and score. All right, now I'm going to place on my tentacles suctions. Actually, I'm going to put 2 there at the bottom like that, and then as it gets down farther, you can put 2 at a time. I may have made these just a tiny bit too big. All right, that's pretty good. Grace, can I use that little dowel thing? Thank you. So I'm gonna tap these in place by pushing down onto them like this, and that's gonna give me the shape that I'm looking for. Let's see, the ladies they're in a good mood. They're singing for you a little bit in the background. So now, with a little bit of blending, this is gonna start to look like the bottom of an octopus leg. And I'm gonna have to go back a little bit here and there and just make my circles a little bit more prominent by pushing into them a little bit more. And if I take time, overall it'll turn into what you see over here. And if let's say an octopus had 9 legs, I could place one like this, curving up. And then because gravity would hold this down, I would take something like a brace, I would call it, and place it underneath and let it dry like this. Okay. All right, well, thank you very much. That's how you make an octopus tentacle.
Thank you.
Thumbelina, what's her name? Tinkerbell. Is this Tinkerbell's house? Sponges and I guess those are something.
Yes, Gary the snail without a shell.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it is. So it's a lot of fun. We have a great time here.